All right, here's that intro. So in the previous video, I teased that intro, but only talked about what chords to play, how to play them, and how to strum them. All right, so if you haven't seen that video, it should be in the link down below. You're going to want to see that because if you don't know how to play these chords, basically knowing these chords is going to make this section a lot easier because everything is based out of those chords. All right, and those chords in review are an E chord, to a B, to E. So 4-bar pattern that's repeated 2 times. So if you play it 2 times through, that's the intro. But then we get put all this special sauce on top of it. All right, so to break it down into patterns, there's 8 bars. There's going to be 8 patterns. Some are going to be very similar. You're going to play a lot of the same notes. But we're going to start with an E note. The lowest E note we can play on the ukulele is the 2nd string, the open E string, or its equivalent, 4th fret on string 3. So I'm going to start with that one. Start with that E, and over the E chord, here's my pattern. I'm going to play the 4th fret, move the index finger up to the 6th fret, and hammer on the 8th fret. So again, that's 4, 6, hammer 8. Next movement, I'm going to do a double stop, 2 notes at the same time in harmony, on strings 1 and string 2 at fret 7, creating a bar with the middle finger. So to review that, to continue on, I'm going to replace that bar of the middle finger with the index finger so I can achieve this next phrase, which is going to be playing that double stop and then hammering on only on string 2 with the ring finger 2 frets above the bar at fret 9. Bars at fret 7, ring finger, string 2, fret 9. Do a hammer on and pull off. And then coming down to string 3, middle finger on fret 8. So that section again. And one more time. That pattern's going to pop up later. So that's measure 1. Measure 2 is over a B chord. So we're actually going to play the B chord. So to review that, that is 4th fret, 3rd fret, and then a bar across fret 2 on the first 2 strings towards the ground. All right, so what goes on here, it sounds fancy, but really I'm just playing that chord and adding 1 additional note. So I'm basically adding a 9th to it. So I'm going to play the 4th fret C sharp note on string 1, just above the 2nd fret B note on string 1. That's part of the chord. So you're going to hear me do a pull off, which is I pluck the note and then use that finger to pull off to the fretted note below. Hammer on, I'm going to play the fretted note below and use that ring finger to hammer the string to the fretboard to create that C sharp note. And then I'm going to do a combination of both, hammer, pull. So on that B chord, strum the chord, then I'm going to play string 1 with the pull off, string 2, string 3, and then strum the chord with a hammer. So it's a strum, pull off, arpeggio, and strum with a hammer. Taking it down to the A chord, measure number 3. Something similar here, I have the open A note, but I'm going to also add in this B note at fret 2 on string 1. Doing a pull off, a hammer, and for real this time, a hammer pull. So playing the A chord, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open, open. When you start with the pull off, a strum with a pull off. And then a strum with a hammer. And then a straight up strum with the A chord. No fanciness to it. So pull off, hammer, and then back to the open A string or open 1st string. Then I strum it one more time with a hammer pull. And then hitting string 3 as fretted in the chord. So it's a pull off, hammer, hammer pull. So. Then I'm back to the last E chord in the first 4 bars. Open E, and then we'll take that middle finger back to fret 7, double stop, strings 1 and 2, slide it up to fret 9, 2 frets towards the body, and then bring the finger back to fret 7. So slide up, and then bring it back to fret 7. Follow that up, string 3, I'm going to play fret 8 with the ring finger, and fret 6 with the index finger. E. And then I'm going to restart the riff similar to the very first thing we played. Back to E or E, 6 to 8 with a hammer, double stop, first 2 strings, fret 7, place it with the index. You can do the hammer pull here, you can do just a hammer. So I do a hammer, back to the double stop, to the 8th fret. Back to a B chord. Similar to what we played the first time, but we're just going to cut out the arpeggio. So it's a strum with a pull, strum up, strum with a hammer. Then to the A chord, we're almost there. Pull off on the first string. And this time I'm going to hammer on string 2 at the 2nd fret, which is going to be the F sharp note. So pull off on string 1, hammer string 2, and then just the regular chord. Then the hammer pull on string 2, then hit the 3rd string, similar to the other pattern. So pull off on string 1, string 2, to the E, and to close it off, I'm going to do this double stop slide up from 7 to 8, double stop, strings 1 and 2, and then from that, 7 to 9, and slide that 9 down to nowhere. So slide up, and the slide to nowhere is you just drag the note and gradually let go of the fretboard, so it fades off, and then you're into the chord progression. To E. Alright, so take those little pieces that you've now just learned in the intro, and you can kind of throw them into the verse when you're strumming out the chords. So I have the E, to the B, to the E, and E. And just do little things like that to spice it up a little bit. So again, not dead on exact what the guitar is doing, but it'll get you by on the ukulele. All right, so again, check out the video of how to play the chords. Practice this up, take it in little sections, little pieces at a time until you feel comfortable playing the whole thing. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below, and maybe I'll cover the song deeper on a 3rd installment. But until then, have fun with it. All right, here's a recap review playback. All right, so starting on the E measure, B measure, A measure, E measure, E measure again, B measure, A measure, E measure, into the chord progression. All right, again, have fun with that.